Get him in the parallel bars. Get him up. Ambulate him. Turn him. Bring him back to the chair and sit him back down. Oh, and by the way, he is very ornery, and he gets lightheaded every time he's standing. Not dizzy. So no fixating, please. Okay. This is not a neurological issue.
That doesn't make sense.
Hi, nice to meet you. Good morning. My name is Andrea. I'll be your student physical therapist. So we're going to practice some walking and moving around, turning, and then we're going to get you back in your wheelchair. Does that sound okay?
That sounds okay.
That's not safe.
No, it wasn't on the ground. She yelled.
Yep, who did that? Fail.
Stupid idiots. Don't they know they're just kids?
Oh,
Yeah, move that. Is that good enough?
we'll see.
Oh, one egg.
That's a great aid right there.
Helpy helpers.
Are you okay?
My arm's crushed on this left.
Sorry. Not a good job.
Okay, that's fine. Good try, girl.
It's gonna lock you in there for safety.
Okay.
Actually, let's move it a little more back. So I'm gonna strap the seat belt around you for safety, so that we can do all of the motions and movements, and so that I can hold you for support. Is that okay?
That's okay.
How do you feel? Good?
Okay, so far. A little nervous, but here.
So.
One guy won't make him give me all his equipment. It's like swapping wheels and he's just distracted. He's trying to find him in the sweater.
What am I doing again? Which movements?
You're
Motions?
standing him up, having him walk forwards, turning, walk back to the chair, and sit down.
Okay, so I'm gonna lift you up. If you get dizzy at any point, let me know. I'll ask you when you're up. And then we're gonna take a few steps forward on your good leg, so it'll probably be more of a hop since you can't not wait
Down
on
the ground, right, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll try to do some hops, and then you're gonna use this for support. Don't use the armrests for the wheelchair to get up, and we'll see where that goes from there. If you get dizzy, let me know. Okay? So I'm gonna swing you forward, and on the count of 3, I'm gonna get you up.
Okay.
Sounds good?
What do you want me to do?
I just want you to move with me, and then on 3, just hold on to the railings, and then get up. As
Hold on
fast
the
as you
railings
can.
to stand up, okay?
Yes. Sounds good. 1, 2. I thought you were not. Well, I thought you couldn't use this leg.
I can do
Oh,
it.
you can put pressure on it? Okay. So now that you're okay, how do you feel? You're not weight bearing.
Okay, so what does that mean?
You shouldn't put weight on it.
Okay.
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 Okay. Do you feel dizzy?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you can do this, or do you want to take a
Actually,
seat?
just to clarify, he's not dizzy, he's lightheaded.
Lightheaded. Do you feel lightheaded?
Slightly.
Slightly?
Yeah.
Do you need water?
I don't need water. I think we just stand here for a little bit.
Okay. So let's stand here for a little bit. If you feel more lightheaded, let me know. We'll take a seat and we'll start this again. If not, we'll just get a little lightheaded.
It's
Move
okay.
a
I'm
little
pretty
bit.
much how it usually is, so it's all right.
Okay. So he's not weight bearing, but we need to take a step. Okay.
You can ask for help.
Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do is, you're gonna take a step with your left foot and then try to push off with your arms as well. We're gonna take a step forward.
Both at the same time?
No, yeah, put the weight of your arms first and
So you want me
then,
to put my hand here?
yes.
Okay.
Let's see if this is even adjusted for your height. I don't think it is. Okay, can you move back a little bit? Yeah, this is a little low. Okay. So, put you back down.
Sit down?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
It should
Um,
be wrist creases.
Sit him back down.
So yeah, I want you to sit back down. So I'm just gonna guide you through the motion, and we're gonna go back down.
From the end, like bend from the end.
As she's doing that, keep going. As she's doing that, what are some things that she should focus on? Generally speaking.
Just continuing to cue him.
I'm sorry.
Keep him posted on, like she's doing a good job cueing in terms of sequence of
Yep.
events.
Go ahead, Jessica.
I just noticed this. I don't know if it's minor or major, but he said that he was nervous, maybe asking why he was nervous and
Yeah.
kind of reassuring the
Yeah.
patient.
Okay. And what's one way to reassure a patient about doing this task?
Your bars are
That they're
stable.
safe.
Bar stable.
Demonstrate.
What's that? Why do I have to do this? Tell them why. What's one reason why they would have to do this?
Blood flow.
Blood flow. Sores. We don't bad, so it's bad, right?
Swelling.
Right? How about something like, well, even though you're not weight bearing, you're still gonna have to get around, right? We can work on you getting around while still non-weight bearing on that one leg. Okay. What's another way to reassure him about the task he's gonna do? Nick? Demonstrate. Hey, while you're sitting down there, let me show you what you have to do. So that way you're very clear on what I expect from you. Okay? And I'm not
No,
picking
it's
on you,
fine.
Jared, because I think you're doing a good job so far. But I'm also bringing this up because that's also feedback from the previous checkout. Okay? Demonstrate. Okay? It's okay, it's good to explain, but especially something like this, it's just as important to demonstrate. And what's one more thing you need to keep reinforcing, particularly with a patient like this?
That you're there.
That you're there, that they're safe.
Make sure they don't non-weight bear.
What's that?
Make sure they don't non-weight
Make sure they maintain the non-weight bearing precautions. And I'm kind of glad you did that because I see this a lot. Patients are not good historians. So when you ask, wait, I thought you're not supposed to put weight on that. Yes, they're not supposed to put weight on it, okay? But maybe they didn't even know that, okay? So if you see them put weight on it, especially if they're not weight bearing, you say, get off that foot right now, okay? You are not allowed to be on that foot, so pick it up, okay?
Okay. So I know you're a little nervous, but I just want you to know that we really need to get blood flowing through that area. So I need you to get up, and if it makes you feel a little better now that this is adjusted, I can demonstrate for you what I want you to do exactly, so that you're not as confused. I know you seemed a little confused, so let's just clarify that and see if we can get you moving. Okay?
I'm just nervous because last time I stood up, I fell and fractured my femur, so.
Yeah.
First time standing, so.
I understand that, but just know that I'm here for your support, I'm here for your safety, and then the parallel bars are also great. They're not gonna shift, so you're gonna be okay.
Okay, I think after you demonstrate, I'll feel better.
Yeah, okay, so you wanna go forward with your arms, and you're gonna apply that pressure, replacing what your leg would be doing, the
Okay.
weight bearing leg, and then you're just gonna,
Oh, hop, okay.
yeah,
I get that.
Let's go to
All right,
okay, good.
that sounds good.
Alright, so hopefully this is adjusted for your height.
Okay.
I hope so. And we're gonna try this again. So on 3, I'm gonna bring you up. Remember to use your hands to
Okay.
come up. So
pull so much.
yeah, maybe a little like here.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2.
3.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so remember what I said. You put your arms forward a little bit.
Okay.
Yep. And then just how do you feel, by the way?
Feel okay now.
Not lightheaded?
Feel a little more confident.
Confident?
Yeah.
Alright, so now let's take a little hop or step.
Little hop,
Yep.
okay.
Okay. How does that feel? Good?
Feels all right.
Okay, I don't want to go too far just because if you start to feel lightheaded, I don't want the wheelchair to be too far away for a reach.
Okay.
So let's take one
Yep.
other hop, an extra hop.
4.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now what I want to do is turn, right? We're doing turning as well.
Well, either turn, just, they have to get back into the chair.
Just back, hop it back.
Yeah, okay, let's take one hop back. So arms back and now hop. Okay.
Baby
And
hop.
let's
Baby
take
hop. One
So you feel your leg.
Little
yeah.
baby hop.
Little
So you just
baby
try to
hop.
feel
Can
the
you
bench.
do a little
Backwards?
baby hop back?
Okay.
Feel the chair.
Excellent, yeah. Do you feel the chair there by any
I
chance?
do.
Still feel good, not lightheaded?
Not lightheaded.
No. Okay, so turning to the side. What's next? No?
Just drop
Alright,
like a bad
that was good, excellent. So you didn't feel dizzy, so now we're just gonna sit back down. So just move your arms back a tiny bit. Do you feel the wheelchair touching the back of your knees?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna bring you down slowly. Ready? How was that?
That was good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. I would add, just to make sure, just keep reinforcing this. You're not supposed to put any weight on that foot. I know it may be tempting, but do not put any weight on that, or else the fracture might be worse, or whatever. Just make sure that they understand that they need to maintain this non-weight-bearing posture. Okay? Any other points of feedback? I think she did a really good job. Yeah, go ahead.
When sitting down and standing up, or vice versa, from the chair, wouldn't you want to hold onto the chair though, just in case? Just because it's the weight's on the chair already, so to be a little bit more stable getting up or sitting down.
That's fine. That's fine. But to my point earlier, I mean these parallel bars aren't really fixated. But usually when you work in a subacute clinic or whatever that has parallel bars, they're usually fixated to the floor. So that's also secure. So it's okay for them to put their hands on the bars to stand up as well. Okay. Go ahead, AJ.
Are you able to push the wheelchair from the front? Like if you want to move it around?
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a question, so with a patient like this, eventually they're gonna be moved on to crutches. Is this a way of practicing the, the motion?
Yeah, absolutely.
The
If my job was to gait train a patient on crutches, non-weight bearing, but I want to make absolutely sure that they know how to stand up, and I want to make sure that they know not to put their foot down, I may want to start them in the parallel bars first, just so they can get the feeling of standing up, just so they can get the feeling of keeping their leg up, and then once they kind of master that, then I might bring them out and start gait training them with crutches. So absolutely, this can be like a precursor to the task that you really want them to do. Christina, then Alden.
Depending like on the patient, like say, if someone can't really like judge where the chair is since he hasn't stood up in a while, should you really turn first before you try to hop back?
If you are concerned about that, then yeah, turn
Yeah,
first.
just because he said it was like his first time standing up since he fell. So
Okay.
would you? Like,
But what's one thing that Andrea addressed to kind of allay that concern? Did she have him walk all the way to the end of the bars?
No.
No, because she said, this is your first time, so let's not walk too far. Let's make sure that you're nearby the chair just in case. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for your rationale as to why you're doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay, so but if you choose to do it that way and you say, you know what, this is your first time, I want to make sure you're turning just so you can see the chair and things like that.
Yeah,
That's
and
also
just like, cause sometimes like you don't know your strength, so like
Right.
some people could just like hop right into
Right.
the chair, just go back.
And this is why I keep going back to that phrase, it depends. It really all depends on how they react and present when you are actually doing this activity with them. Alden?
Yeah, are these adjustable width-wise? Because some patients are smaller,
Adjustable, I'm
some are
sorry?
bigger. Oh, width-wise. Like
Oh yeah,
their width.
well these aren't, these particular bars we have, actually yeah they are, to a certain extent they are. And there are some lower end parallel bars out there like this. There's some really nice parallel bars that are like automatic, okay? There are some that can actually lower from the ceiling. So there's some really nice ones out there. Yeah, yeah.
So cheap.
Yeah. Can you get the money in the budget for that? Was someone here raising your hand?
No.
Go ahead. Eric.
I don't know if we'll discuss it with crutches, but is there a way that you want someone's foot? If
Yeah,
it is like a,
we will discuss that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Okay. All right, guys, let's take a 10-minute break. We'll